Okay, next we're going to move on to the Bluetooth options. To do that, you do have to have a Bluetooth compatible device, and then we go into Bluetooth and we tell it to enable Bluetooth. So by enabling Bluetooth, it will connect to devices if you have it set up to do so. In this case, this is my cell phone, which it just connected to. Now, the order in which you turn things on is kind of important. You do have to enable the Bluetooth in the device itself first. You could have the Bluetooth on all the time, but I keep it off because I don't use it all the time. So you enable the Bluetooth in the GPS first, and then enable the Bluetooth on your cell phone if you keep them off. If you don't and you keep them both on, then it really doesn't matter. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you back in the options of the Bluetooth, because we did kind of skip over that before. So it's enable Bluetooth. It shows you it's connected to my phone. It's also connected to the Smartlink app. That's what that icon indicates. This is searching for device, and then friendly device name. That's the name of the GPS when you're looking. So with the access to Bluetooth, you gain hands-free controls. You'll notice that it has new icons at the top: Bluetooth enabled, phone connected, and Smartlink connected. So clicking any one of these options at the top will bring you into that via a quick link at the top. Computer. Down. You'll notice now that in the voice commands we have the option for phone. Phone. And then this, and this I'm not going to say. Exit. Only because I did not want them to actively do that. If we come up here, it shows you different options that you have for your cell phone. You'll notice it's the name of my phone. It will show you the cellular signal strength, and also that I'm currently charging my battery because the battery is kind of low. You have quick links here: call home, phone book, browse category, voice dial, call history, and dial. Just that, you dial a number and you can call from here. Call history I'm not going to show you because that would just bring up a history of my calls. You would use this to call particular items in your phone book. You can browse categories. And get information on them, and also how to route to them, because that's what it's doing now, giving you estimated time and distance and a phone number which you would then be able to call using that hamburger button in the upper left. So again, call home would do that, and phone book would do that as well. That is set home number if you use the hamburger button. Some of these options I can't show you only because I don't want to show you my address book. That would just be really weird. Okay, if we go to view map and I bring up the buttons on the side, you'll notice that you have new options, being weather and phone. Phone will bring up the last 4 numbers that you called, so it would be a quick way to do that, as well as weather, which will always get placed over on the right hand side, letting you know kind of what traffic conditions are to be expected. And really those are the Bluetooth options that you get. You have access to the weather via your phone, you have access to your phone via the Bluetooth, and it turns the GPS into a Bluetooth hands-free device. Now, newer cars have this built in. However, I have a 2005 car, so Bluetooth was not quite as prevalent in cars as it is right now. So this is actually an awesome way for me to use my phone hands-free in the car. So last but not least is Smartlink. It is a free app that you can get for your smartphone, which in some ways perplexes me because some of the features that your smartphone can do are redundant to what it's making the GPS be able to do. If I'm a person that has a smartphone and I have this app on it, I don't really see using it instead of the smartphone, since I'm taking the smartphone out of my pocket. And nowadays, smartphones, pretty close in size. This is what would be considered a smaller smartphone now, to the size of my GPS here. But we're going to click on the Smartlink right here. That's my cell phone. And here are services. Now that is the big thing that kind of irritates, well, not kind of, but irritates me with Smartlink. Here you have options, but you need to have a paid subscription to them. And I'll show you where the paid subscription services are in the GPS. But the paid subscription is live traffic, advanced weather, and photo live, which are things that the GPS touts that it can do, but it can't do them without the Smartlink and without a cell phone. So instead of just using what you paid for, one, you have to pay for a service, and two, you have to also use the data plan that comes with your smartphone. Yeah, I'm not really thrilled about that. If I buy a GPS, I want to have these features. But again, they're not critical to having on the GPS. So this live traffic is just that. It's live traffic as opposed to using the embedded traffic that you paid for with the device, whatever. And the free service is dynamic parking. So as you can see there, it will allow you to find better parking, period. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you all the way back and we're going to go into the apps, and now you can see we have weather, my Garmin, and photo live. Now we can go into weather, but if we wanted the extra features here, favorite cities, weather radar, weather alerts, road conditions, you're going to click on that and it's going to tell you that it requires a service. Now I will show you on the smartphone pricings for those services. So we've got my Garmin. This is an interesting feature that I like. Now on May 2nd it had a little mail icon at the top here, which I got rid of, but it was telling me that I have a notification system software update for the GPS. So it'll notify you when new updates or maps are available for the GPS. Now that's kind of a interesting feature. If we click on it, we can delete it, or we can just, to obtain, it gives you instructions on what to do. Photo Live, again, it's going to let you know that what it does, but it also is subscription based. And I'm not close enough for dynamic parking. Now, if I click on Foursquare, you'll notice that it changed slightly, and that's because I have the phone linked. So instead of just doing a POI service, if I was logged in, I don't have Foursquare, never used it, wasn't my thing, I could check in, trending, and nearby. If I click on nearby, it will bring up nearby. So you get extra features with Foursquare once you connect the phone via the Smartlink. We'll come down here. That's another way that you can get into the phones. It's through the apps. And really, that's all that Smartlink does, in my opinion, with the GPS. It doesn't offer enough of a add-on, in my opinion. Oh, I did neglect to mention that it does show the weather for your current location. But remember, these are all going to be feeding off of your cell phone's data plan. So if you don't have a large data plan, you may want to not use these features. And they, in my opinion, don't add enough to the GPS to merit actually downloading or getting or purchasing. But that is what the Smartlink does on the GPS. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my cell phone over so you can see what Smartlink looks like on your cell phone. This is the Android version of the app. Now, the one thing that annoys me to no end is when I first turn on my Bluetooth, Smartlink starts up automatically. I don't want it to start up every time I turn on my Bluetooth. But here you have, by clicking on last mile, it will show you where you currently are and the last place that you traveled on a map. Again, not going to show you that, sorry. If you click on saved, it will show you saved places. You can currently see I have no saved places in the Smartlink on my phone, but if I come over to navigation, navigator, it shows you different locations that are saved on the GPS. Recent is also just that, recently searched items. Come up here, it has option, but that's just delete everything. If we come over to the navigator, shows you all the things that I searched for on the GPS. That was just what I searched for on the phone. Search contacts will search your phone's contacts. Not going to show you that. Searching Foursquare does the same thing. Will allow you to search Foursquare right from the app. So again, not exactly necessary in my opinion. Pick a location. Lets you point on a map to a different location you want. Your weather, just that, is the weather. Find parking. These are options, again, that were on the GPS itself, too. Live traffic. Now, you'll notice these are the cool things that you can do with live traffic. But guess what? $20 for live traffic. Photo live cameras, $5, which will allow you to see real live video of horrible traffic cameras. Weather, $5 for advanced weather maps. Now, if I have the cell phone in my hand, couldn't I just look up the weather? Couldn't I look up live traffic, photos and live cameras of traffic patterns? I could look up the weather. If I have the cell phone, I don't necessarily want to send it to the GPS. So why would I don't know. The one thing that I do think is nice is if you don't have the voice commands on the GPS and you download the Smartlink app, you can use the cell phone as a means of sending information to the GPS for locations. So if we do AutoZone, and then you can just say that, and then you hit send, which it then says AutoZone was received from your phone. You can say OK, you can check routing information, or you can hit go.
Please drive to highlighted route,
which will then calculate your route. But again, it seems like an extra step that's not necessary if you have all of these built into the GPS already. It's an interesting app. I feel that it needs a little more work because really it's doing a lot of duplicate functionality that you're getting with the GPS. It requires the data plan and just, in my opinion, isn't necessary. But with all that said, I know I threw a lot of information at you. I've tried to break it up over several videos. I still love the Garmin Nuvi 2599 LMTHD. It was a nice upgrade from what I got with the 2555 LMT. I'm happy I did it. Right now it's a little pricey. No matter where I look to try and find it, I could not find it for cheaper than $269. Now if you get the 2589, it's only $229. So roughly a $40 difference just for the HD traffic. Is HD traffic worth it to you? That's only a question that you can answer for yourself. Was it for me? I wanted to, I figured I would try it out for $40. I know it's a bit much, but I wanted to see if the HD traffic would be worth it. Still hit or miss if it is, but that is an option for you to choose. It was a little tricky for me to get my wife to agree to get a new GPS, especially with it being so much money. But in the end, we took it on vacation. It was an awesome experience, especially with the voice commands and the Bluetooth. And Smartlink we really didn't like, but whatever. It's a good GPS. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this video, maybe it will come down somewhere, anywhere, Amazon, hopefully. But I have been Wanderer001. If you have any questions or comments or want me to go over something else, just let me know. I will do it to the best of my abilities. I'll throw a video up there as quickly as I can make it and edit it. So, thank you for watching.